I think he just said, I'll do the same thing, only I'll call it nonprofit work. I'll go and say, no, I'm investing in humanity and the future of the world.
Yeah.
And it was genius, but now we are seeing the dangers of it. Like, it really seems scary. There was a video that came out of one of these meetings talking about how to use the WHO to track and, the surveillance of people that are vaccinated. Let's take a look at this really quick because I think it's a huge part of what we're talking about.
So let's have a digital health certificate acknowledged by WHO if you have been vaccinated or tested properly, then you can move around. So for the next pandemic, instead of stopping the movement of the people 100%, which clock the economy globally, you can still provide some movement of the people. Indonesia has achieved, G20 country has agreed to have this digital certificate using WHO standard, and we will submit into the next World Health Assembly in Geneva as the revision to international health regulation. So hopefully for the next pandemic, we can still see some movement of the people, some movement of the goods, and movement of the economy.
I mean, just what this guy is saying with a smile on his face is like, this is a beautiful thing. Obviously, it's a room full of people. But you are talking about some international body controlling the movement of people, right? Those that will be allowed to move and those that will not, based on our testing, our vaccine, which in this case wasn't properly tested, never achieved what it was promised to achieve. Now we're seeing all sorts of health complications around the world, rises in all-cause mortality. I mean, just really horrific things that for your average scientist, I mean, honestly, is sending off red flags. We have more scientists speaking out now against health departments and government agencies than any moment in the history of the world. I've never, and you and I, you're here because we were just at a speaking event, and I said, this is a room full of scientists that are all, you're all the top of your field. Like literally saying, folks, wake up to what's taking place here. Do you feel like as you're speaking out about this that people are listening? Are we getting it?
Yes, it's getting better, but they don't see the magnitude. I still have a feeling they don't see how far it is. It's they have to take over their sovereignty, and they have a hard time to think that a government lies.
Yeah.
But once someone
That's an amazing statement.
lies in your family and lies, you know that he's going to lie. On the road bar, it's they have to take over their sovereignty, and they have a hard time to think that a government lies.
Yeah.
But once someone lies in your family and lies, you know that he's going to lie on up the road. So that's where I'm trying to show them that no, we have to create a new world. You cannot just stay stuck with someone who lies to you. And what is going on, what is rolling up there, is that WHO is taking the grab in the name of values, in the name of ethics, I'm going to help you, I'm going to be nice with you, but we are forcing you to
Right.
this vaccine, an experiment, global scale, when it should be clinical. So it's very shocking. But what they have to, and that's why I speak, is that all those values that you have, and I have also, it's, well, we are a good world, we're going to help each other, and it's nice. You can see in the documents, I invite you to see the documents of the amendments of the International Health Regulation by the USA Health Service Department. It is, don't strike, the WHO shall consult the nation. No, WHO will offer its aid, and if you do not obey, you will be on the Commission of Complaint, and we will force you, taking a shortcut. And you go,
That's what, like America, that's what we're adding into the languaging.
yes, they're changing and twisting the language since the beginning, but now we see it more
So
and more.
it's less and less voluntary and more
Coercive.
dictation.
Yes.
Coercive. Yes.
Coercive. Yes. Yeah. Yes, if someone has, what they're doing now, and you can go and see the text from 14th of November, US amendments, is that they're trying to do quicker time span between alert and response. So there's alert, and you have to do a preparation to alert, so you're going to do an intermediate alert, and then you're going to do grades of alert, and each time you have an action, trigger, response. So I see again, they want to establish a permanent alert response sphere. So people are afraid and they will say, oh, I have to take a vaccine because they have put a standard. So they're changing the rhetoric in the name. We're going to help you in the name of equality. We have to do this with everybody has to have a certificate. Everybody has to obey, and we are taking care of you. It's really like in fairy tales, you know, Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care, come and eat in my place. And
Yeah.
it is this perversity that you see in the text. It's obvious. Any school could make an exercise on those texts, or somebody who wants to do a study work on the master. It's very, very interesting. It is take away the power of nationality, of sovereignty, nations, and impose WHO.
I mean, just that term, national, take away the nationality, which is, you know, this idea of being a nationalist. They've done a really great job in the media, and you're saying WHO is behind the media. A nationalist is now a white supremacist, you know, sycophant. Like they're the crazy people. They're the dangerous people that actually just believe we should have a national identity and care about it. Something that in America used to thrive here. It's really scary how many people like see that as a bad idea. I've even seen in terms, you know, there's now, you know, professors coming out with writings talking about we shouldn't call ourselves Americans because that somehow makes us better than everybody else. We should just call ourselves, you know, citizens of the United States, which is just all of this is all part of the same thing. Now, you had a really cool graph where you sort of lay out the pandemic, and I just want to take a look at this as you can sort of talk us through it.
For the sense of coherence, people have to understand that this is a plan. It's a strategic plan rolling out. We can find it in the text. Under WHO emergency law of the international organization, we are still in emergency.
No, it's not a plan. It's all happenstance.